Alright, and since we're on the topic of Sombra, let's kind of continue this
Alright,
this
Void, you ready
subject.
to hard dive Bastion?
So in this case, it's still bunker on point. My whole enemy team, 4 people, are on the right. Me and Genji are on the left. And the reason I'm going left and not with my team is Sombra has EMP. So if she decides to EMP my team, I'm safe, I can trance. But I'm playing left side with Genji, so I'm making her make a tough decision. Does she EMP 4 people or 2 people? And at the same time, she cannot really attack me 1v1. I have a Genji with me, so she cannot win this fight. So I'm just forcing Sombra to make a tough decision by separating myself from the team, but at the same time, I'm not just going alone somewhere, because then I'm just an easy pick off.
3, 2, 1, go, go, go.
And there you go, that's the EMP, but my team is not hacked. And they are able, they can go in, they can still do a lot of stuff. And it kind of forces, because the EMP is kind of suboptimal, it forces the enemy team to overcommit. That's Diva Bomb, that's Baptiste ult, that's Mercy's ult, and that's an EMP.
They use like 4 ults.
These are four ultimates. Just what I feel is because I just separated myself from the bulk of my team. And here is also playing caution against EMP. We were kind of spread out, but I'm intentionally playing in the back, kind of trying to be out of range of the tanks, because if the tanks get EMP'd, they're really in trouble. So if I can kind of force Sombra, if she wants to EMP, and then she has to come a bit to the back, as she just hacked me, that's not an EMP. But that's the point, it's like make Sombra make a tough decision. Does she want to EMP you and maybe some other hero, or does she want to EMP like 3 or 4 people, including your front line? So just by positioning, you can force Sombras to make this tough decision. And from my experience, there are 2 kinds of Sombra players. One that are perfectly fine with solo EMPing Zens, and the other is that they really want to hit this fat EMP, at least 5 people. So if you have the other kind of Sombra player that wanna EMP the whole team, you can again make them hesitate by positioning. And this is gonna be an example of that. Like, we're getting pushed out. There are 2 picks. It's a 4v6 basically, and I'm separating myself from Mercy and Soldier, so we don't get all EMP'd, but I'm still within the range of Mercy. So if Sombra attacks me right now, because she doesn't want to EMP just me, she's just gonna want to kill me in a more traditional way. Mercy is so close to me, she can help me, but she's still out of range of the EMP, right? So yeah, Sombra dies with EMP right now because she hesitated. And now we can go in and retake the point. So again, that's all you need to want to do against Sombra. Like, she kind of holds all the cards. She has the advantage in every conceivable way, but at least in this way, by positioning, you can take something away from her.
You're gonna hide for EMP, Scruty?
As for hiding, for EMP, you obviously has to expect EMPs, and then you have to hide. You want to hide close enough from your team so you can rejoin them really quickly when the EMP hits, but you don't want to be in a super obvious position in which Sombra can just scout and see you immediately.
Also, if he engages, just expect that.
If we are engaged, I'll just Valk.
Like, obviously, if Sombra dedicated some resources and time to finding me, she would, but usually people don't want to waste time. They want to, when an engage happens, it has to happen. It cannot be, oh, give me 15 seconds to find Zen, for instance.
Just wait,
There's no time for
the
that.
teams to come in. The left side. Once these guys, that's the MP.
So there you go.
Okay.
That's just EMP for, and we play with Mercy, so even if someone gets killed in the midst of the EMP, we can res during the Transcendence, because Mercy is invulnerable to everything but one-shots, again hiding for EMP. It's kind of a lazy spot, but it's the same kind of thing. Is does Sombra waste time looking for me, or does she just EMP 5 or my teammates?
You shatter.
I have bubble for you.
And still close to my team, so This is dangerous. I shouldn't be doing it because I'm just showing myself to the Sombra. But she chose EMPing the whole team. I was ready. Rain died. He got purple. But again, we have res for that. We res him, and it's still good. It's all good. It's a 6v6 after the EMP. Now this is how you shouldn't hide for the EMP. This is a lazy kind of hiding spot, but it was already too late. We took the point, we move in, and we expected an early EMP, but I was already kind of too far in. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna hide behind these boxes, sneaky. But you know, what a good Sombra will do, she's gonna find you, she's gonna hack you, and then she's gonna go to EMP your team.
I'm on cart.
And I'm waiting, like, maybe she's just gonna throw the translocator in and an EMP, right? But nah, this Sombra knew what she was doing.
I am. Yeah, she's behind.
And there you go, nothing I can do even though I have Transcendence, right? So that was just too lazy of a hiding spot. You need a better hiding spot than that.
The
screen nuts on my face. Hey, I shouldn't be on card with Sombra, just saying. Yeah, this is also a tip. A lot of people forget that. Usually, you always put Zenyatta on the card when you push out. But when you play against Sombra, it's unacceptable. Zen is easy prey for Sombra. She can just invis to card, kill Zen, and yeah, and that's it. So you shouldn't be alone on card. You shouldn't be the one pushing the card. Okay, I guess it's time to move to rotations. A very important staple of positioning as well. We see the enemy team moving left side. I'm playing left side right now alone while my enemy team is right.
Watch out.
And I immediately realize that and I move right. This is, again, imagine the circle of engagement that I talked about earlier. It's like they pushing me out from them. I don't want to be this close to the fight.
Killing you?
And you know, again, being in the back, this is a little soft flank, just putting pressure on the supports. But realizing the rotation, and this is something so obvious, but you know, I've seen so much footage of Zenyatta's even from high masters that don't rotate. Like the enemy team moves in and the Zen just doesn't rotate. He sits in the same spot. You always have to be mindful of where the enemy team is, where your team is, and then make the appropriate rotation. And this is a boring clip kinda, but it exemplifies what I mean. It started there. And then I saw my team pushed up, so I pushed up with them. But then they immediately kind of moved back, so I'm not gonna linger there shooting the Orisa shield. I'm gonna reposition again to where I started. And again, I feel like many Zens would just stay up top and kind of try to get some shots in. And that's how you get separated from your team. Good players will realize this and be like, hey, Zen's alone top, and it's an immediate attack on that Zen. And no one can help you because your team already rotated. So as Zen have no mobility, you have to be really mindful of rotations. And this is against goats. We play in 2-2-2, but the enemy team has goats. And as soon as I'm just playing high grounds because it's a great position against goats because nothing can get me. But as soon as I see them go in top left, it's time to escape and not even looking back. I just want to be as far away from that place as possible. And then again, like circle of engagement, they pushed me away. I'm now in a safe spot. I can deal damage. I can help with orbs while being safe. But that was enabled by quick recognition and rotation. And same is going to happen here. Cheesy play from the enemy team. They all on Rialto point A. They all hid on the right side, and then they rushed in with quadruple tank. And as they rushing in,
Right side, Sombra, all right side.
Okay, so all right side. So I'm moving left, right? I don't want to be on the right side.
All right side. Okay, yeah.
But now they speed boosting into our team, so I don't want to be on the left side because in 2 seconds their whole team will be here. So I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna rotate again right side using cover obviously.
They're pushing out. Pulling?
We still have.
Alright. Yeah, run one.
And there we go, the whole enemy team is where I was 2 seconds ago. They don't have speed boost anymore, so I'm relatively safer now.
We're winning.
And I can just spam them now.
Sorry.
But again, it was enabled by quick recognition and rotation. If I didn't rotate, I would be dead in the water.
Hog next. I'm on the high ground.
Now look at this cheeky Lucio. What you think you're doing, mister?
Lucio's left.
Out of my game.
He was one behind you guys.
Alright, and this is gonna be something that's kind of what I call solo queue mentality. This is a mistake sort of play. For me, my Mercy is playing server room with Widow, I believe. And I'm playing card. And as Monkey jumps me, instead of going forward and trusting my teammates, I'm just backing out because I'm like, this is the kind of instinct that kicks in. Oh, so they dived me, I have to move back. But by moving back, I'm isolating myself from the team. If I moved forward, it's not like Monkey is going to deal more damage with the Tesla cannon, right? It's still going to be the same pitiful damage. If Mercy attaches her beam to me, I'm safe. Then there's also Widow who can headshot him, and I would be safe. It was a perfectly survivable situation, but I just made a mistake, and instead of moving forward to my Mercy, I started moving back, and I isolated myself. You never want to isolate yourself.
Yeah, Widow's top right, Widow's top right.
Yeah, and sure, we have res for that, but it could have been avoided.
I'm dealing with Widow. Monkey killable, Monkey primal,
We need a bay wall
and
anyway.
this is also going to be a mistake. This is still in a ghost composition, but again, as I said before, I think it's still applicable to many death ball compositions.
Let's just go.
And I missed the speed boost. I missed the rotation. We moving in as a team. I wanted to hit a volley, but as I was preparing it, they moved in, and now it's too late for me. I can't really go in. There's too much firepower and there's too much open space for me to move in. So I'm just cut out. And this is not a good spot. And Zarya's pushing me. And this is an okay fight. I can kinda win it, but at this time, even win or lose, I'm not helping my team at all right now.
Yeah, breaking it.
There's no discords, no.
Yeah, they're gonna be close to shatter as well.
Wait,
Alright,
what?
we need to wait for
Oh, I think I went 10
Alright,
seconds
go.
back.
Left side.
Oh no, I actually went 30.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, Zarya's just pushing me right now. Not a good play at all. And this is the next play. And right now I want to make sure that I don't miss the rotation.
Left side.
And even though I wanted to dodge the fire strike, so I'm kind of behind, I'm still with the whole group.
Who's choke now? Just together.
Still took damage. And look how much more impact I'm gonna have in this fight as opposed to just missing the rotation, sitting at choke and doing nothing.
Nice. Let's go. On them. Ryan. Nice. No, it's unneeded. Just cap point.
We should love.
Chase them.
That's why you want to be in the fight. Alright, speaking more of rotations, like this is King's Row, very, the best map in the game. And as you rotate, as you move in and on attack, the statue in the middle in the hotel room, you don't want to rotate this way because there are so many instances that, a DPS player decides to make a cheeky little flank and you're just sitting right here like a gift wrapped. And it's just such an easy pick, and you can avoid it by just rotating on the right side of the statue. And it's so good. You have so much cover from everything that happens on the left side, plus you have a mini health pack. So yes,
Right.
this is just a quick rotation 101. Alright, and as I see the fights it was on the left a second ago, but now it moves to the right side. I want to separate myself from that area, move back. I don't want to be there, it's too dangerous for me. And again, as my team is moving there, this is a little opportunity to enjoy a soft flank. Because, part of the positioning, I think Zenyatta is a great flanker. You can get easy one-shots. Like here on the Ana, totally not expecting this. Everything is happening there, but, Zen is just flanking. Taking these, sometimes, and these opportunities, these little flanks can really swing fights sometimes. But here is going to be, in general, when it comes to rotations, one of the most common mistakes I've seen is just playing on the other side of the team. So when there's time to rotate, you can't because you're on the other side. And I call it just when the enemy team drives a wedge between you. Like, here's your team, this is where you should defend, but you're playing here. So if the enemy team speed boosts, and all of a sudden they occupy this area, and your team kind of rotates back a little bit, you can't join them because the enemy team is already here. And then you're separated. Nobody can help you. So this is actually a mistake on my part to play here in this area.
Widow's going far right Widow.
Blocked
Go
it.
south. Behind,
And yeah,
behind,
now they
Widow,
move in, and what can I do? I can't do anything. If I go there, I'm dead. But this is also an opportunity, kinda, because you know I don't advise hard flanking like this, but when there's nothing else to do and you don't stagger yourself, and there's no risk of staggering yourself, then go for the flank. Because look, a lot of people died on my team. Even if they push till the end, even if I die in like 15 seconds, it's still okay because they're gonna cap the point and we're gonna have plenty of time to mount the defense on point 3. So pretty much there's not gonna be any stagger. It's not like we're gonna recontest anyway. But I can also try, like every once in 100 tries, it's gonna work. You go for the hard flank, you check if nobody's coming from the enemy spawn, because that would be a pretty poor flank if you went all this way and then Hanzo would come from the spawn and kill you. So check if nobody's coming from their spawn,
Someone also play,
and
able to
then
play
make the
Widow?
flank,
Or no?
kill their supports, or
Widow
try
range,
to,
you can basically pressure
and
out.
then escape. And all of a sudden they have no healing.
So the moment just flanking all the time, doing whatever she
I have
wants.
no support right now.
And Zarya also separated herself from the team because she was chasing me, so all of a sudden it's just Reinhardt on the card. And this is perfectly
There are no heals.
contestable.
They're gonna look for it.
And this is actually the same match. And the same situation. I'm also, like, this was after trance, so it's kind of different, but I'm again separated myself and I played on the left side as opposed to the right. I allowed the enemy team to drive a wedge, and there's just no coming back for me.
Nice enough.
And I'm compromised here. It's Zen shooting me. I have to get back.
Nice one. Dead. I'm on point.
Sorry.
But it's the same situation.
Sorry.
We get some picks.
Sorry, one.
Still sorry.
Outing.
They
They're
try
going
and
right to the
sing. And again, it's like a carbon copy of the previous play,
I'm on point.
Sorry.
where I just move through the mega. I check if nobody's coming from spawn because you just have to be sure.
Outing.
They're gonna keep it alive.
No one's
Just let
coming.
the Zarya out. Don't play too
Oh,
close.
they killed it.
And okay, try to do the same thing. Again, even if I die right now, I take this risk, but there are two things you have to consider. They have to contest the card, because time is running out, so they have to be in this area, which allows you for more leeway. You can be more frivolous with kind of your positioning and what you want to do. And in these scenarios, flanks can really work because everybody's just fixated on the card.
For you, bubbling.
And I take the flank, and the fight is, even though we're losing people, the fight is swinging.
Yeah, dead. Nice one. Sounds okay.
And again, even if I died during that, and my team would die, it's okay. Even if someone staggers, I stagger because I decided to make a stupid flank, it's fine because they would still just cap the point and we have plenty time to mount the defense for point 3.
Let's go, boys.
So again, I don't advise hard flanking like this, but sometimes there's just nothing to lose.
Widow.
Let's go.
And again, this is just soft flanks, looking for angles like this. Soft flanks, in my opinion, this is what should be done way more. Instead of just playing super safe sometimes, try to go for a play.
Widow, that
I was really close to killing an Ana. I just missed by inches. I'm taking the attention of Zarya as well. So just by being a nuisance, and you know, soft flank costs nothing. I'm still safe. I'm still within the kind of constraints of positioning. I'm still playing with my team, but I'm going for a little soft flank like here. If I was a little bit better, I would kill this Lucio, but I missed. But still, it's just putting pressure at another angle they have to account for.
Whatever, by the way.
just the main tank.
And here is a kind of the same situation in regards to it's overtime. Anytime it's overtime or it's, you know, the match is about to end, everybody's fixated on the objective or on the card. well, cart is the objective, so on the objective. And this allows, I think Zen is good for this, obviously, because he has no footsteps sound. So you can, and a lot of damage as well. So you can use these opportunities when everybody has like laser focus on the cart, and then kind of deviate. And you know, still, cart is going to be a hotly contested area, so you don't want to be there anyway. So why not use this opportunity for a little flank? Keep them guessing. They weren't expecting this at all. This was like also a sort of a soft flank, but yeah. And here after trance, you can use trance to, like when kind of clumped with everybody during trance, you can use the last second like it was on the Nepal play a few minutes earlier. You can use trance to reposition yourself a little bit and get an advantageous angle on the enemy. And then there you go, you just spam damage. Everybody's low all of a sudden. And then I did what I wanted to do. And now I'm kind of going back to where it all started, right? So just looking for those opportunities. And same is gonna be here. It's so hot in there. I did what I was supposed to do, which is protect my team from the barrage. I got booted down, so I can't really go up anymore. I don't even want to because there's Monkey Diva and whatnot. So not really a good environment for me, but I'm gonna use this opportunity to reposition myself aggressively and attack their supports. Like when you play against Ana or Lucio, you are the superior DPS support. In general, Zenyatta is the superior DPS support. So anytime you can do this, like you know their Ana is without any peel because they just went all in and you tranced. You can use the last few seconds of trance to reposition yourself and go just attack their Ana or their supports. And there you go, one pick, another pick. And it was just all enabled by this kind of unexpected boop from the high ground, but it's just using this opportunity for a flank. And same here, it's 99-0. They have to stay on the point. There's no point for me to stay here anyway because every little bit of damage is gonna happen on the point. It's too hot for me to be here. So yeah, why not? Why not? Just do it. The flank. They have to be on point.
Got the mercy.
I'm gonna go for
And it's fine. Even though I died to Rain, I got both Zarya and Zen. This is a good trade.
No Zarya, no.
But I also want to talk about, because I said we're gonna talk about jumping a little bit, and yes, this is actually one of the Zenyatas that I coached, and we went through this, and I actually won this duel because the Zenyatta jumped. A Zenyatta jump is so easy to read. It's such a, his hitbox in general is pretty easy to hit, but when he jumps, it's just such an obvious trajectory to track. And we go in head to head, like I'm 81 HP. And there you go, and there's the jump. I'm 21 HP. And there's the jump, the grave mistake. And it's such an easy shot. And and the same goes for Widow or Hamza's or whatever, McCree's. When you jump on Zen, it's hard to not hit this shot. So I really think it's better to just AD spam on Zenyatta. I think when you make those quick little unpredictable swings to the left and to the right, it's way better than jumping. I'm not really in favor of crouch spamming. I mean, I do it as well, but for instance, against tracers, I try to not do it because I know that really good tracers, they just aim at your throat. So when you go down with the crouch, you actually just move your whole head in their crosshair. And if you stay up, they still hit a lot of the head by shooting you like in the throat area, kinda, right? So I highly recommend AD spam. And speaking of AD spam, like if you look closely at this clip, I'm really trying to shoot my orbs when I'm at the apex of my AD spam. So anytime I reach this point or this point, this is the time for me to release an orb. And I kind of want to align my AD spam with my M1 spam, my mouse 1 spam, because I feel that it gives you more accuracy, because you kind of stabilize yourself at this point, right? At this point you stop moving, which I feel at least makes it easier for you to aim and, you know, hit the shot that you want to hit. So kind of releasing your shots at the apex of the A or D spam is the way to go.
I've got my ults again. Got the mercy.
I'm gonna go for a...
And here again, don't jump, don't do it.
On the right.
No Zarya or...
And again, just look at this clip maybe in slow motion if you want to. Maybe not every shot is like picture perfect from the apex of the AD spam, but I still try to do it, and I think it just gives me more control over my aim. And same here, it's just I'm really gonna try to do it, the AD spam release of M1. Orisa discorded. Get Orisa, get Orisa. And also, you know, this little thing, I think I already mentioned it in the previous parts of the guide, but anytime you have to reload, there's just no point to stay in the open when you reload. Hug cover for the duration of the reload, and then once you're done, and then get back to fighting. Zen 1, Zen 1! So yeah, I mean, I think if you kind of look at this clip in slow motion, you're gonna see that I'm trying to release my shots as I stop moving in a one direction, and then repeating it, this motion, this pattern. I think it's just easier to aim this way. It's more consistent. And the last thing is, playing against widows, if you know where a widow is and she has sights, so she knows where you are. But if you know where she is,
Shield low, shield low.
The old voice line from the left side. So I'm sure she's on the left side, right behind us. And the way I play against widow like this, because if she's left uncontested, she's just gonna kill everybody. But if you move in a consistent motion, and then when you kind of predict where she is, right? I predict she is like right here. So when I move and I make a little break in my movement, I stop for a split second here, and then I continue moving, she's gonna shoot, because she's gonna think I'm gonna make this one smooth motion, but I'm actually gonna break my stride for a split second to disorient her, and then she's gonna shoot, and then I'm gonna continue moving and attack her. You see, I stopped for this brief second. Let's go through this again.
Shield low, shield low.
Just stop for a half a second, and then she shoots because she thinks I'm gonna peek, but I'm not peeking because I broke my stride. But then I continue, I get the headshot. And I think with this is, I don't really want to get into movement too much because it's just individual. Whatever works for you, do it. But I think this is gonna wrap up the positioning guide. I hope it's helpful. And remember, a alive Zenyatta is better than dead Zenyatta that kinda tried to do too much. So just by playing safe, you're just gonna have more ultimate charge, you're gonna be more helpful to your team. So, you know, and positioning is the way to ensure that you stay alive. Okay, thanks for watching.